I'm back in my office studio space. When you have 4 kids, there's going to be rearrangements of the living space. This tour is a bit different as my wife and I are finishing about 2.5 months of work to do refreshes to 4 rooms. I'll show kind of how we tackled the rooms, though I will only be showing my studio. Check it out. My wife and I knew it was time to refresh some rooms in our house, and really this is going to be the whole house. We knew we also wanted to replace the trim, as almost 20 years of 4 kids and 2 dogs will wear out pretty much anything. Not only that, we wanted to add trim around the windows and closets to give the house a more craftsman feel and help give it a better overall look. We started each room by removing as much stuff as possible. And then it was out with the old baseboards. And for my office, I wanted to lighten up the space as the dark orange on all surfaces really weighed it down. I decided on getting the ceiling back to white, with the wall behind my computer monitors getting a darkish gray. That meant a lot of taping. And then painting, followed by more taping. Then painting, followed by, well, you get the picture. Once that was complete, it was on to the trim. After 3 other rooms, we had the process down. First was measuring the perimeter of the room, followed by a trip to the big box store for MDF prime baseboards, using 2 sizes, and those were cut down enough to fit into the van. That was followed by painting. We did eventually figure out that the smooth roller would work better than the foam brush, but we were using the same off-white color for all the baseboards in the house to give it continuity, since each room has different color palettes. Once the second coat was dry, it was onto the cutting and getting the boards down to final size, and then installing with a brad nailer. For the window and closet, I used a jig to set the distance past the vertical trim so it would be uniform throughout the house. Once that was done, I went back with spackle to fill in any holes left by the nails. When it was dry, we would touch up those spots, and then any other marks we saw during the install. Then we would pull the furniture back into the room, and it was ready for use. Well, at least it was ready for the occupant to go through all the stuff to see what to keep and then rearrange. For me, you can see that arranging is not nearly complete. Thus, I leave you with less of a tour than piles of the various things I've gathered in pursuing my hobby of creating and recording music. I do this because I think it is important for people to understand that when they see the finished product, it isn't magic. It takes a lot of work to both think through how you want to use a space and then execute that vision. For me, I'm adding a new requirement to make all the furniture that will be in here myself, except for maybe the chair. I'm trying to learn those skills, and I hope that it will give me a space I can be inspired in to create whatever. I hope that helps take some of the mystery out of redoing a room. Go slow, think it through the steps before you do it, and you'll be just fine. Really, don't be afraid to try something new, and I'll see you in the next one.